But this is the day after I prayed, and all of a sudden, here's this newspaper article that's just saying, I got to call this guy up, find out, who the heck is this guy, Watt McGugan. So I end up somehow getting his phone number, and I call him up. He comes down Monday the next day. I mean, immediately comes down. And so I said, well, who is this guy? And of course, today you Google everything and you get the background of everything,
Sure.
the criminal record, everything, but we didn't have Google back then. And so I had to ask around, and I knew somebody in Fresno that knew him, and he says, oh, no, Watt McGugan. He says, Watt McGugan worked on the Manhattan Project. I said he was a chemist that worked on the Manhattan Project. And of course, the Manhattan Project was the building of the nuclear bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I guess he must have been pretty smart, because they had 25 chemists that were part of the group that did it. And he said, I got this message from God at that point to put my hands on her and give her the healing health of life. And anyway, she woke up, and he couldn't believe that that happened, that his hands had energy force going through it to do something like that. And he came home that night to his wife, and he says, we're packing our bags, and we're going back to Fresno. And I'm going to do something with my life that's going to make a difference to the planet. And so he came back home, and he had all this information, and nobody at that time at the university knew anything about limestone. Nobody knew anything about carbon dioxide and how it worked in the water and how it could treat sodium in the water. Instead of using sulfuric acid, which was a very toxic acid, that's what the farmers were all using, use carbon dioxide or somehow have carbon dioxide come in the water or use it in farming practices, because carbon dioxide could adjust the high sodium content through carbonic acid to lower the sodium in the plant and in the ground, and so the plant would grow better.